My wife dismissed my goals, questioned my worth, and embarrassed me emotionally. I cut noise, focused on money, built leverage fast, upgraded my status publicly, and turned her disrespect into regret she now carries silently everywhere. You really think anyone's going to take you seriously? Those words came out of my wife's mouth at a dinner party in front of 8 people. I was mid-sentence, talking about a business idea I'd been developing for months. She laughed like I'd just told a joke. Everyone went quiet. I felt my face burn. That night, something inside me went cold and stayed that way. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. I'm 32. Been married to her for 6 years. We met in college, got engaged young, and I thought we were building something together. The drive home was silent. She scrolled through her phone like nothing happened. I gripped the steering wheel and didn't say a word. When we got inside, she finally looked up. What's wrong with you? I set my keys down slowly. You humiliated me tonight. She rolled her eyes. Oh, come on. I was joking. That wasn't a joke. That was you telling everyone in that room that you don't believe in me. She sighed like I was being dramatic. Maybe if your ideas were more realistic, I wouldn't have to bring you back to Earth. I stared at her. Back to Earth. Yeah, you're always chasing these big dreams that never go anywhere. Someone has to keep it real. I felt something shift in my chest. Not anger. Something colder. Got it. She looked confused. That's it. No fight. Nope. I hear you loud and clear. I walked upstairs and shut the door to the spare bedroom. That was the last real conversation we had. The next morning, I woke up at 5. I didn't talk to her. I made coffee, sat at my laptop, and started mapping everything out. If she didn't believe in me, fine. I'd make sure she'd regret that. Not with words. With results. I worked in mid-level marketing at a tech firm. Decent salary, but nothing impressive. The business idea I'd mentioned at the party was a consulting service for small businesses struggling with digital marketing. I'd been too scared to go all in because I didn't want to risk our stability. But her words changed that. I didn't care about stability anymore. I cared about proving a point. Over the next 2 weeks, I worked every night after my day job. I built a website, reached out to 10 potential clients, and offered free initial audits to get testimonials. She barely noticed. She'd come home, ask how my day was, and I'd give one-word answers. She stopped asking after a few days. 3 weeks in, I landed my first paying client. A small local gym that needed help with social media and lead generation. They paid me $1,500 for the first month. I didn't tell her. I opened a separate bank account and funneled everything there. By week 6, I had 3 clients. By week 10, I had 7. I was pulling in an extra $4,000 a month. Still didn't say a word. I started waking up at 4 instead of 5. I'd work until 7, go to my day job, come home, and work until midnight. She thought I was just avoiding her. She wasn't wrong, but I wasn't just avoiding her. I was building. One night, she cornered me in the kitchen. We need to talk. I poured myself water. About what? About this. Us. You've been cold for 2 months. I leaned against the counter. Have I? Don't play dumb. You barely look at me. You sleep in the spare room. You're never around. I'm working. She crossed her arms. On what? That silly consulting thing. I took a sip of water. Yeah, that silly thing. You're still doing that? I thought you'd move on by now. I smiled, but it wasn't warm. Nope. Still doing it. She looked frustrated. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You get obsessed with these projects and ignore everything else. I'm not ignoring anything. I'm prioritizing. Prioritizing what? Some fantasy business. I set the glass down. It's making money. She paused. How much? Enough. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. She stared at me like I was a stranger. What happened to you? I looked her dead in the eye. You did. I walked past her and went back upstairs. 3 months in, I was making $6,000 a month on the side. I quit my day job. Didn't ask for her opinion. Didn't tell her until the day I walked out of the office for the last time. She freaked out. You did what? I quit. Without talking to me. Why would I? You don't take me seriously anyway. Her face went red. That's not fair. Isn't it? I was just trying to help you stay grounded. No. You were trying to keep me small. There's a difference. She didn't have a response. I moved my stuff into the spare room permanently that night. By month 5, I was at $10,000 a month. I hired a part-time assistant to handle admin work. I started posting content online about marketing strategies, client success stories, and business growth. My following grew fast. People liked the no-nonsense approach. Within 2 months, I had 15,000 followers. Brands started reaching out. I took on 2 high-ticket clients at 5,000 each per month. Revenue jumped to 20,000 monthly. I bought new clothes. Started working out consistently. Got a better haircut. Not for her. For me. Because I realized I'd let myself go trying to keep her happy. She noticed. One morning, she came into the kitchen while I was making breakfast. "You look different." "Do I?" "Yeah. You've lost weight. And you're dressing better." "Thanks." She lingered. "Are you seeing someone?" I laughed. "No." "Then why the sudden change?" "Because I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago." She didn't know what to say to that. Her friends started noticing too. We were at another dinner party. Different group, same kind of setup. One of her friends asked what I did for work. "I run a consulting business." "Oh, that's cool. How's it going?" "Really well. Just hit 6 figures this year." The table went quiet. My wife's face went pale. Her friend looked impressed. "That's amazing. What kind of consulting?" "Digital marketing for small to mid-sized businesses." Another friend chimed in. "Wait, I think I've seen your content online. You're the guy who talks about cutting through the noise, right?" "That's me." My wife looked like she'd been slapped. She didn't say a word the rest of the night. On the drive home, she finally spoke. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Tell you what?" "That you were doing this well." I kept my eyes on the road. "You never asked." "That's not fair." "You're right. It's not. But it's true." She was quiet for a long time. "I didn't mean to make you feel small." "But you did." I was scared. I glanced at her. "Of what?" "That you'd fail. That we'd lose everything." "So you decided to kill it before it even started?" She looked out the window. "I thought I was protecting us." "You were protecting yourself." She didn't argue. When we got home, she tried to initiate a real conversation. I wasn't interested. "I'm tired. I'm going to bed." "In the spare room?" "Yeah." "How long are you going to punish me?" I stopped at the base of the stairs. "I'm not punishing you. I'm just done trying to get your approval." By month 8, I was at 30,000 a month. I got invited to speak at a small business conference. 200 people in the audience. I talked about betting on yourself when no one else will. The response was overwhelming. People came up to me afterward wanting to work with me, learn from me, connect. I handed out business cards and set up calls. That conference led to 3 more speaking gigs and 5 new clients. My wife saw a photo of me on stage that someone posted online. She didn't say anything, but I saw her staring at it on her phone. A few days later, she asked if we could go to dinner. Just us. I agreed. We went to a nice place downtown. She was nervous. I was indifferent. "I'm proud of you," she said. I nodded. "Thanks. I mean it. What you've built is incredible." "I appreciate that." She reached across the table for my hand. I didn't pull away, but I didn't hold hers either. "I want us to fix this." "Fix what?" "Us. Our marriage." I leaned back. "Why now?" "Because I miss you." "You miss me? Or you miss the version of me that needed you?" She looked hurt. "That's not fair." "Answer the question." She hesitated. "Both, maybe. I don't know." I took a sip of water. "Here's the thing. I don't need you anymore. I don't need your approval. I don't need your validation. I built all of this without you, in spite of you." Her eyes filled with tears. "So you don't love me anymore?" I didn't say that. "Then what are you saying?" "I'm saying I don't know if I can forgive you for making me feel worthless when I needed you most." She wiped her eyes. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you are. Can we try? Please." I didn't answer right away. "I don't know." She looked broken, but I felt nothing. Over the next few weeks, she tried everything. Compliments. Cooking my favorite meals. Initiating physical touch. I let her try, but my heart wasn't in it. I'd become someone new. Someone harder. Someone who didn't need her belief to believe in himself. By month 10, I was at 45,000 a month. I bought a new car. Not flashy, but nice. She saw it in the driveway and asked if we could afford it. "I can. We're married. It's our money." "Technically, yeah, but I earned this without you." She looked like I'd slapped her. "You're really going to hold this over me forever?" "I'm not holding anything over you. I'm just stating facts." She started crying. I didn't comfort her. I walked inside. One night, her sister came over. She pulled me aside. "You need to forgive her." "Do I?" "She made a mistake. She's human. So am I." "You're being cruel." "No, I'm being honest. She loves you. She loves the idea of me now that I'm successful. She didn't love me when I was trying." Her sister didn't have a response. I wasn't trying to be cruel. I was just done pretending. By the end of the year, I'd crossed $500,000 in revenue. I hired 2 full-time employees. Rented a small office. My wife attended the office opening. She smiled in the photos, but I could see it in her eyes. Regret. Not because she loved me, but because she'd underestimated me. And now she had to watch me succeed without her. A few months later, we were at a family gathering. Her mom asked how business was going. Really well. We're projecting 7 figures next year. Everyone congratulated me. My wife sat quietly. Her mom turned to her. You must be so proud. She forced a smile. I am. But I saw her hands shaking under the table. That night, she broke down. I can't do this anymore. Do what? Pretend like everything's fine. You hate me. I don't hate you. Then what do you feel? I thought about it. Nothing. She covered her face. That's worse. Maybe it was. But it was the truth. I didn't hate her. I just didn't need her. And that was the most painful thing I could have said. We're still married. On paper. But we live like roommates. She goes to her events. I go to mine. We sleep in separate rooms. We're polite in public, cold in private. People ask if we're okay. We say we're fine. But we're not. She destroyed something in me that night at the dinner party. And I built something new in its place. Something that didn't include her. She knows it. I know it. And every time she looks at me, I see the regret in her eyes. Not regret for hurting me. Regret for underestimating me. And I carry that with me everywhere. Not as a trophy, but as a reminder. Never let someone make you feel small. Especially someone who's supposed to lift you up. Because once you stop needing their approval, they'll realize what they lost. And by then, it's too late. I see her sometimes, scrolling through my social media, watching my success from the sidelines, liking posts, commenting supportive things, trying to rewrite history. But I remember every dismissive comment, every eye roll, every time she made me feel like I wasn't enough. And now, I'm more than enough. Just not for her. Last month, someone asked me at a networking event if I was single. I hesitated. It's complicated. They smiled. Isn't it always? I laughed. But later that night, I thought about it. Was I single? Technically, no. Emotionally? Yeah. I'd been emotionally single since that dinner party. I just hadn't filed the paperwork. My wife asked me last week if we should go to counseling. I told her I'd think about it. But I already know the answer. No. Because counseling can't fix what's broken. It can't undo the humiliation. It can't erase the months I spent proving myself to someone who should have believed in me from the start. And it can't bring back the version of me that loved her unconditionally. That version died. And this version? This version doesn't need saving. So I'll keep building, keep growing, keep moving forward. And she'll keep watching. From a distance. With regret in her eyes. And silence on her lips. Because there's nothing left to say. I proved her wrong. And that's the only closure I need.